Well, hey, it's Jamie. That's me here. And welcome back to my channel, honey. And welcome back to yet another quick chat. Okay. Today on the quick chat, of course, we will indeed be talking about Miss Nene Leakes, but we'll also be talking about Miss Marlo, who is going to be a part of the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta as a peach holder. Okay. For those of you guys that do not know, understand that Real Housewives of Atlanta will be coming on this Sunday, and your girl will definitely be doing reviews on it. So make sure that you come back. But let's go ahead and get into some things. All right, you guys, as I've already said, Miss Marlo Hampton will be a part of the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, long time coming for Miss Marlo. She got a chance to go over onto the Wendy Williams show, and she kind of talked about that experience. Okay, she talked about her receiving this peach and how she's been really happy about it. You know, she's been waiting for a very long time. Okay, a long periodically time for her to receive this peach, and she's very humbled and grateful by it and for it. Okay, she also mentioned that, you know, somebody wasn't too happy about her receiving this peach. Okay, is it that the person really wasn't happy that you received the peach, or was it that you got such a big head that you assume all of the ladies would be jealous of you for getting one? Not really sure. Okay, based on past things, because I think Miss Kenya did say in the past that she didn't think that Marlo would ever get a peach. Okay, so is it that she wasn't really happy, or was it that, you know, you didn't think, you just made an assumption that she wasn't going to be happy for you? I don't know. We're going to see how that plays out throughout the season. But obviously, she and Kenya have definitely been at odds throughout the season. Now, we did get a chance to see a little snippet that dropped where it looks like Kenya, Candy, and Marlo were all together. It looks like Candy and Marlo came to support Kenya as she did Dancing with the Stars, right? But at some point, things went left. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to this quick clip about Miss Marlo and the interaction between she and Miss Kenya. So y'all go ahead and get into this.
You know, your friend, your sister is not that happy.
With who?
With me having a peach.
Okay.
She's not happy.
Okay.
But one thing I feel, if I've never deserved...
Oh, wait, are we talking about Kenya Moore?
I mean, whoever you wanted to be. I think that's...
Because her picture popped up there.
Oh,
I didn't know.
my God.
Like, I didn't say...
I can't get rid of you, girl. Go. No, I'm just joking.
Do you feel like she wasn't happy for you?
She wasn't happy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
How
think
can
she
someone not be happy for you? You've been putting in such great work for years.
That's what I feel. I feel like, how are you not happy? How are you not just celebrating me? Shit, she should have threw me a peach party.
Yes.
You know, something. But at the end of the day, we're not worried about that. I'm happy, and when that man up there speaks, he speaks. So it was all on his timing.
So where are you guys at now? You guys have so much in common. I'm surprised you don't get along.
You know what? We do have a lot in common. You know, we're both Aquarius.
Okay.
And both Aquarius, both had issues growing up with our moms. So you would think we would come together and just be a force that couldn't be reckoned with. But unfortunately, just some people don't know how to be friends. I mean, it's two opinionated individuals. I try over and over to be Kenya's friend. And it doesn't work out. It's just, we clash some kind of way.
Did you guys clash a lot this season?
Chance to watch, couple more days.
Oh, I can't wait.
But I did try. I tried.
I can't wait.
All right, y'all. We just got to watch, honey. A couple of more days. We just have to watch and see how everything is going to play out. Now, I'll be honest. When I watched this interview between Mr. Michael and Miss Marlo, I actually was smiling and cheesing ear to ear, because some part of me is super, super happy for Marlo that she finally got this opportunity that a lot of people say that she would never get. So I was really happy that she got that. You know what I'm saying? True definition of it don't matter how many no's you get, girl, at some point you can get a yes. Okay, so it definitely happened for her in the right timing for her, which is great. But at the same time, let's be honest, Miss Marlo, we do know that you do have a history as being on the show, even as a friend of, to do the absolute most sometimes. Okay, very comical moments, but it just makes me question. Okay, we also know that Miss Kenya can also show her as well. But I do feel like a lot of times when Kenya really show her as the most is when somebody did something to her, and then she really got to come for your throat and let you know what's going on. So I'm just, you know, wondering. I'm not going to choose a side. Definitely going to watch the season and see how it plays out. But I feel like this thing could go either way. Okay, it could be Miss Kenya that did something, made Miss Marlo just, you know what I'm saying, like, and make the people look at Miss Kenya with a huge side eye. Or it could be Marlo doing the 1000% most, because it's like, now I'm up here with you ladies. I'm not down here. I'm up here. We're on the same level, and you guys are going to treat me as such. And besides, I want to make sure that I keep this peach. And So it's also giving that you're gonna be doing a whole lot too. And what other person on the show would you want to, go at? Come on now. You're not gonna go at Candy for real, even though you did a little bit. But you and Candy made up, but you and Kenya didn't. Now, was that because Kenya didn't want to make up with you or what? Because in this interview, she also went on to speak on her relationship with Candy and how she calls Candy her candy yams and how they've been at odds or whatnot, but they did make up over some chicken wings because y'all know Miss Candy loves some food now, okay? So they made up. And I'm like, well, why didn't that happen with you and Kenya? Is it that Kenya didn't want that or is it that you didn't want that? I'm wondering, girl, but hey, I'm going to be tuned in. Either way it goes, honey, I am going to be tuned in. So I want to hear you all's thoughts and comments regarding, Miss Marlo, Miss Kenya. Have you already chosen your side and whose side you're going to be on, honey? Let me know. Or if you're going to watch the show and just see how everything is going to play out and see what the fallout is really about. Because sometimes, let me say this, Miss Marlo, Kenya do have her ways, all right? But when you fall out with people, girl, you take jabs, okay? You be taking some deep jabs, girl, for sure. Like when you called out Kenya about her mama and stuff like that, you've taken the jabs before Miss Candace could get over to Potomac and take her jabs. The same jabs that people like to drag her for. You be on the same level or worse, okay? But don't nobody say that to you. So we're gonna see how this gonna play out this season and what jabs you finna take and how low you finna go, okay? But either way, girl, I'm tuned in. Okay, so congratulations and good luck. All right, let's go ahead and move on and talk about another housewife because as much as we all gonna be tuned into Real Housewives of Atlanta, we're also all tuned into this lawsuit that former Real Housewife of Atlanta cast member Miss Nene Leakes is bringing to the table, girl. I feel like it's so much that's coming out, right? So at one point it was stated, as I read an article, and I believe it was from E or ET, one of the two. And they just talked about how she's suing them for, hostile work environment, for racism and things that took place while she was working with them. And Kim Zolciak's name, Kim Z, her name was all throughout the article, but she wasn't suing her. And I thought it was really interesting because we had a Black Women's Expo here in Atlanta. And she and Kim made up and they hugging on each other, loving on each other. But did you use her name throughout all the paperwork, girl, to drag? Whew. Oh, wow. Now, I will say chances definitely to me seem slim because Miss Nene, regardless of what type of hostile environment that was created, you continue to work in this space, right? You continue to work without requesting changes, or at least those changes were not privy to us, okay? So because we're viewers and we're seeing how this thing is playing out, it seems like you just, now because you didn't get your way, you want to cry wolf. Now you want to be upset and you want to, whine and open your mouth up and complain and sue and do all this other stuff, right? Now you want to be vocal about it. But at the same time, she could have a case depending on what the details are about, because I feel like a lot of people sit on these jobs. A lot of us sit on these jobs that we hate. We see the racism day in, day out, but because it's a good paycheck or because it's not that far from the house or it gives you certain type of health benefits or whatever the case may have, you continue to sit there and you endure, okay? And act like you ain't see too much because you don't want to make your job too bad, more worse than what it already is, right? So when I look at it from that spectrum, it makes me think, who knows? So she might actually have a case, right? So, we'll just have to see how that's going to play out. I want to read into some things and see what they have over here about Nene Leakes. Okay, it seems like Hollywood Unlocked is reporting that Nene Leakes claims Bravo edited her Real Housewives of Atlanta closet scene to appear as though she was trying to attack a pregnant woman, which happened to be Portia Williams at that time. What closet scene? Because I didn't really look at it like you was trying to really attack her, but I just felt like, first of all, regardless of who was pregnant, if this is the same closet scene that I'm thinking about, why is y'all in her closet if she don't want y'all in her closet, number one? And y'all still, as the camera crew, decided to go in there and film in her closet. So I don't think they edited it to make it seem like you were trying to attack a pregnant woman. I just looked at it as, they was just out of order. And the cameraman happens to be casualty of war because you ended up pulling up on him and it ripped his shirt. But you know what? Ever since then, to me, ever since she violated that camera person, it has been downhill for Miss Nene ever since that ended up happening. Okay, so girl, there's some messy Kim boots. Okay, let me just switch gears just a little bit because before I get into that, because I feel like as I'm reading from Hollywood Wood Unlocked, and their primary source, of course, is Radar Online. I already have their article up, so I'm feeling like they may cover some of this already. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So Radar Online is reporting that Nene Leakes accuses Andy Cohen of sabotaging negotiations for her own radio show. First of all, I didn't even know Nene was working on a radio show. Never knew anything about it. Now, the one thing I did know about was she was supposed to be a part of a fashion show over on the E! Network. And then once things fell out for her over here at Real Housewives of Atlanta, and different accusations came out about Andy and different stuff that Miss Nene made, shortly after that, we didn't hear anything else about the show that she was supposed to have over on the E! Network. So I don't know, girl. All right, now I ain't know nothing about no show, about no radio show, but I did know about that other television show. So I mean, hey, anything is possible. Let's keep reading. They're saying Nene Leakes believes Andy Cohen and NBC went out of their way to blackball her in the industry after she spoke out about the alleged racism on set of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Radar Online obtained a copy of the complaint Nene filed against Cohen, against Andy, Bravo, and the producers behind Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, y'all know, out of all of the producers, Andy is the one that's the more so in the forefront. So, of course, we're going to hear his name. But, girl, it's the other producers that's out here a part of that lawsuit that's going to get sued too, girl. Yikes. Let's keep going. So they're saying in the suit, the iconic reality star accused the defendants of ignoring her complaints about her co-star, Miss Kim Z. Nene claimed Kim had she made several racially offensive statements during production. Okay, Kim would do all kind of SHI, okay? They knew Miss Kim was out of line when she had Sweetie as an assistant. Okay, they knew that, but they was going to continue to keep her on because I guess the outcry from the audience wasn't big enough for them to remove her a long time ago. She said the network and producers often ignored her and even told her to stop speaking about the matter publicly. Girl, some part of that I kind of believe. I could see that. Try not to speak too much about that publicly, because you gonna make us look bad and make us look like this. I could come and see that, girl. I could see them telling her to cool it down and stop. Okay, I could see that. To make matters worse, Nene said Kim never suffered any consequences. That I also believe. She went on to get her own spinoff show. Right? She definitely went on to get her own spinoff show. So I don't know. It's just we're going to have to see how this play, y'all. Because some part of it makes me feel like Nene could have a case, but also at the same time, I'm wondering if some of the actions that they displayed upon Nene, if some of it could have been because of her attitude. Because at one point, Nene did think she was above Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they wasn't SHI, and she never had any intentions on coming back when she booked those gigs out in Hollywood. And when those gigs got canceled and things, she ended up returning back to Housewives of Atlanta. They opened up the door for her to return, and she did. So let's keep going. They said the ex-Real Housewives of Atlanta star detailed the alleged retaliation in her 74-page lawsuit. 74 pages. Nene says she was denied the right to do other work other than filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta when other housewives who had not spoken out against racially offensive treatment were permitted the right to do other work. Okay, so here's the thing, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts, but how I see that is this. As an entertainer, what I want to believe, and y'all correct me, is necessary, but if you're working in that field, right? So even though all of them are a collective on Real Housewives of Atlanta, they all have different and separate contracts, right? Being that, and I feel like when she says this, it makes me think of Candy, who's done the most work out of everybody. Candy has been in the entertainment industry much longer than Nene. Candy she also had access to other individuals that were already in the acting field, X, Y, and Z, right? Who probably schooled her on a lot of stuff and how things work, okay? So Candy probably already knew right out the gate, when I negotiate this contract in the beginning, she probably was like, you know what? Okay, so y'all probably paying people like $1 million, right? Okay, cool. I'll take 800,000 as long as I'm free to go and book other said gigs throughout whoop. Because how it worked with like movies and stuff, like when you book, sis, you book, and if you book a series, like girl, they could tie up your whole year. You could only film for like 3 months. So I mean, girl, it's not a lot that goes into that. So when I see this saying that they denied the right to do other work other than filming of Real Housewives of Atlanta versus some other housewives were able to go out and film other things, it's like, well, then what was negotiated within their contract? Is that necessarily that they were being racist towards you? Or is it that they just worked out a separately contract, or at least the attorneys that they secured for their clients, like at least the attorneys that they secured to review these contracts, maybe they knew, like, okay, what are your plans? What are some things that you want to do? Okay, you want to do that. Okay, cool. Well, do you want to be restricted to this? How do you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? And I think over time, people just got smarter and wiser about the contracts. If you're not going to give me like $1 million or something like that, then okay, let me negotiate some things, because in order for me to offset and make that other 200K, I'll take 8. But I need to be able to go and book other opportunities as well. Okay. And it could be something as small as a quick stand-in opportunity to, like, be like maybe feature on the show, like for one episode, you know what I'm saying? Or like whether that's a sitcom, or whether that's a like reality show. You know how we saw Candy one time slide on over there to Love and Hip Hop to be over there with her cousin Akbar. So I mean, I think that comes down to contracts. So if Bravo has those contracts, and it seems like if she can pull everybody's contract in comparison to the contracts that she signed at the same time, and they both have the same language, but we have proof that these people stepped out and did more things, but when it came to Nene, you restricted her, then she may have a case, right? So we're gonna have to see, girl. I feel like it's a lot in this lawsuit. And it's gonna have to be like, okay, we're gonna have to scrape this. Let's pull this out. We need to address that. What else is she saying? Okay, let's pull this out. Let's address that. What else she's saying? Okay, well, let's put this over here because I don't really know what's going on. It's gonna be a lot of scanning, detailing, itemizing. Girl, it's gonna be a whole lot going on. You know what I'm saying? But I will hope that if her attorneys came to the forefront to represent her, that they feel like she has a pretty good case. Okay, but one thing about an attorney, they're gonna take your money. They're gonna take your money. One thing about it, girl, they is definitely gonna take the coin from you. All right, they'll figure the rest out later. So we just gonna see. I hope that she get a cute dime from it. I hope it's not pointless, but I do feel like her bringing this lawsuit to the forefront is going to sever any opportunities that she has with returning, or has already severed any opportunities for her to return to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And to be honest, as if the lawsuit was really needed for her opportunity to be severed and likely to never return because of the allegations that she already put out there about Andy back in early 2021. Well, she did that IG live, and she hopped on there talking to was it Benjamin Crump or whatever like that, girl. So absolutely, yeah. So we're just gonna see. Let me see what else this article is saying. In November 2018, Nene said Bravo denied her to appear at the Soul Train Awards, claiming an alleged conflict with the Real Housewives season opener. Nene, and see that right there, if that is the case, to me, that's effed up. What you mean season opener? So was that like the first episode? Season opener, or was this like a season opener shoot that y'all was doing? You know what I'm saying? Where y'all filming at this particular time? Because if anything, y'all follow the lives of the housewives, so why not follow her over to the Soul Train Awards? But if this was a season opener and maybe y'all needed her to walk the red carpet or something like that, like what was wrong with her probably attending both? But I do believe when you become a housewife, some things you are gonna have to like miss out on. You just gonna have to miss out on it. It's just a part of the game, right? Especially being in entertainment, What else? Nene is adamant there was no conflict at the shows aired. She says there was no conflict as the shows aired a week apart. Now, if she got proof that these shows are aired a week apart, then I'm gonna feel away too. Like, why would you tell me I could not show up and be there on that Soul Train Awards? Why would you tell me I couldn't be there for that, knowing that it was no conflict in schedule at all? Right. So the suit points out her co-star. Ooh, girl, not her mentioning Kandi Burruss, saying that Kandi Burruss was given clearance to appear on Celebrity Big Brother the same season. Girl, this is messy. And I do not remember how they shot around Kandi being on Celebrity Big Brother. Dang, when was Kandi on there? Was that 2020 or was that 2019? Kandi was on Celebrity Big Brother, because she was on there when Tamar was on there. Oh, girl, I felt like when did that? I felt like that filmed over the summertime. Oh, girl, I don't know. She could have a little point there, honey. We're gonna have to see. She could have a little point there. I don't know how they filmed around Kandi being absent. you know, when she was in a Big Brother house, because she was there for a few weeks. But then I feel like it happened in like February. I feel like that's when Celebrity Big Brother usually happens, around February or March or something. And if that's the case, then girl, Real Housewives still be filming then. Real Housewives definitely still be filming, because we don't get the reunion until what, late March, early April, if that. So, oh girl, this is messy. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, they're saying that Celebrity Big Brother aired on a major network at the same time as Real Housewives of Atlanta, creating a direct conflict. Girl, and I don't think they're lying about that. I don't think Nene's lying about that at all, because with Big Brother is something happening every damn night. Okay, if it's not going to be us seeing them on TV, you're gonna be able to watch live feeds in other locations. Okay, so to me, it's still a conflict, because the live feeds be just as entertaining sometimes as the actual show. So let's go ahead and keep going. So they're saying the Star said after season 11 came to an end, the retaliation, the discrimination, and harassing treatment of Mrs. Leakes continues. Season 11, it makes I think this was all after Nene reached out and pulled on that man shirt tail as he was going into her closet. Mind you, I think this was the season she could have returned after feeling like, I'm a rich BIT. I don't need these shows. I'm Hollywood, baby. Right? So let's keep going, girl. So this was not typical, and it was retaliation, right? They said she was also again offered a lowered number of guaranteed episodes than she should have been offered. Okay, I think I do remember that, because we didn't see Nene in quite a bit. Shortly thereafter that, I feel like it happened for 2 seasons. Once she returned and she reached out and pulled on that man, it seems like each season they started to give her less and less episodes. And this final season, she was like, no, I'm putting an end to it. Like, y'all not gonna give me less episodes. We're not gonna do that. And I can't even say I blame Nene for that. And I think I've mentioned this on my channel before. Like, you're not going to use my likeness to heavily promote, because a lot of people, when you see Nene Leakes, you think of Real Housewives of Atlanta. You think of Real Housewives of Atlanta immediately at a time. You went straight to Nene Leakes. So I feel like, as much as the other ladies are as successful, you know what I'm saying, now, at one point, I feel like Nene was that girl. For sure. So you're not going to sit up here and continue to use me to heavily promote, and I got to sit up here and do the same, because I primarily have been the star of the show for many years. I have to sit up here and go to the same engagements, do the same promotion, do the same route. You know what I'm saying? Hit the Wendy Williams show, go to CBS Good Morning, do this over here, go over here to eat pop with Justin or whatever it is. Like, I gotta go hit all these things, do all this over promo for y'all to sell a season with 20. Let's say you got 25 episodes and I'm only in 5. Are you kidding me? I'll do 5 seasons. So let's say they're going to pay her $1 million. I'll do five episodes for $1 million. So you can divide that up by however many of them 5 episodes going to be. That's fine. But, you know, it probably was $1 million over the course of 25 episodes. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all paying me per episode and you only going to give me 5, and that means when you break that down, I'm only probably going to get maybe, I don't know the breakdown, but I'm just using this as an example, maybe like 500,000. No, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Or 200,000. No, ma'am. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You can give me more episodes. Okay. Because I'm going to need more episodes, because now I feel like I'm being punished. For what? For what? And then I will go back and pull them ratings from the time I reached out and snatched that man up to see what them ratings was. Was that the highest rated show? The highest rated episode of that season? How much money did y'all make off that season in comparison to the next ones? And you mean to tell me you made all this money off me and you finna limit what it is that I'm finna? No, sir, no, ma'am. Let's keep going. Okay, Nene then accused Andy Cohen and NBC Bravo of continuing to blacklist and sabotage her attempts to secure work beyond Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I'm starting to wonder, because it seemed like a lot of her complaints really took place after she returned back to the show. And it sounds like at one point, Nene, they did give you those things because you went on to do Glee and you went on to do other acting gigs. So they gave you that opportunity the same way that they gave it to Candy now. So it seems like after you return, as I'm reading this, a lot of the friction and things came at that time. I'm just, So how were you working with them then? You know, like when you were off on set and doing whatever it is you want to do and coming back saying you're a rich BIT and doing Apprentice and saying, you know, I cash Trump checks. How was that working out? How were you able to go do it then? I don't know, y'all. You know, I mean, were you being respectful of their time? Then I would think that she was, because she was still on the show. But then she did get to a point where she was over the show. She was bigger than the show. And then she came back and she returned. So I'm just trying to see how that works. And maybe because they gave her the free range to do those things, excuse me, and now that she's returned and you guys are restricting her, maybe that's how she's noticing, like, okay, y'all doing too much. I see y'all. I see what y'all doing here, because y'all ain't never do this before. Now all of a sudden y'all on some other SHI. So I don't know. This is gonna be real interesting. Breaking down this case here, baby. What else? They said the suit points to a specific matter where Nene was in talks to start a new show on Sirius XM Radio. Y'all know Andy does have his show over there on Sirius XM Radio. She said the defendants interfered with and sabotaged this effort. How did they do that? And when did Andy's show come into play? Was it that y'all sabotaged Miss Nene and then Andy decided to step in place for that show? I don't know how long his show has been around, and this is just merely questioning, me wondering, okay? Not saying that's what it is. It's just me wondering, okay? Nene said Andy had told executives about her behind closed doors. Ooh. Okay, well, I mean, I won't be surprised by that. Y'all know Andy ain't nobody around for it, but anyway. Okay, so Cohen has admitted that he told Sirius XM that Mrs. Leakes would demand a lot of money for any role on a radio show, an obvious effort to prevent her from getting such a deal. Not you admitting, at least this is what they're saying, he said. Okay, this looks like what Nene's attorneys is saying, that Andy has already admitted that she was going to ask for a lot of money. And what's wrong with her asking for a lot of money? Excuse me? Further, she said Bravo and producers lost all interest in developing her own show. Nene said this was odd because they were all over the idea before she started complaining about the alleged racism at work. Now, at the same time, however, they did negotiate and close a deal with another Real Housewife of Atlanta star, Miss Kandi Burruss. Okay, they secured a deal for her spinoff, which was Kandi and the Gang. Now, Miss Kandi, they had more than that. But again, a lot of this stuff seems to be coming up after, you know, her return or whatnot. But I feel like Kandi, after Nene returned to the show, I feel like Kandi ended up getting that spinoff with Escape or something, right? Candy Coated Factory or whatever she had. But let's keep going. What else? Whew, child. They said Mrs. Burruss, Miss Burruss had not been vocal in calling out the racial inappropriate behavior over the years to the degree that Mrs. Leakes had been. Now, I want to believe that Kandi do be calling this stuff out, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Kandi be in the trenches with everybody. Why would she not call it out? I mean, I don't know. Could that be part of the issue why y'all try to get into it? Why Portia and Kandi about got into it last year? I don't know. Girl, what else they talking about? Is there anything else? Okay, good. Let's wrap it up there, girl. Yeah, so y'all just pretty much heard everything that I just read down in this article about Miss Nene Leakes. Girl, I wish I was able to have some court documents so I could sit up here and read through this stuff and see what's going on and highlight. Y'all know I like stuff like that. But anyway, girl, real quick, it looks like they asked Miss Kandi. I'm over here on page 6 now, where they're saying that Kandi Burruss has no opinion on Nene Leakes' Real Housewives of Atlanta lawsuit. And I don't blame Kandi, girl. I ain't got no tea. I ain't got no information. I ain't got nothing. Don't ask me nothing. I ain't seen it. I don't know nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with me, girl. Leave me out of it, all right? Okay? I'm not going to do anything to save her, all right? Okay? Because I still got a job. So I'm not going to be sitting up here trying to save her at this time, especially if she doesn't really believe what Miss Nene believes. Like, just because we Black don't mean that we all believe the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You might be at work right now feeling like it's, racism and things going on, and your other coworker that's Black feel like, no, I don't see anything wrong. Everything's, I guess they don't do me like, they may not feel the same way. But Miss Kandi ain't been saying that, despite the fact that, Miss Nene been taking shots and Kandi been taking them shots right back. Okay, this particular shot, Miss Kandi says she has no opinion on Nene Leakes' explosive Real Housewives of Atlanta lawsuit, or at least none that she feels like sharing. She says, I don't think anything of it. Come on, Candy. I don't think anything of this. She said, I don't have anything to say about it. Never. Absolutely have no opinion. Come on, Candy. Candy said, y'all not going to ask me about SHI. Y'all not going to run and take that back. And y'all not going to hinder or affect my relationships with the network at this time. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. So that's pretty much everything that's been going on in Real Housewives of Atlanta news, child. That's pretty much everything that's been going on. Y'all know Miss Nene still got her foot on the people's necks, honey. You got Marlo out here getting ready to start her new season. It's just interesting to see how times have changed. You know, when you start on a new journey, you have a vision on how you think it's going to end up or how you hope for it to end up. And then in a few years, it's just not that. I know Nene was hoping to still be that girl, still be doing Real Housewives of Atlanta till this day. And also sitting and thinking that Marlo would never, ever get a peach. And here it is. The people she really didn't like the most are still on the show. And her own homegirl, Miss Marlo, has stepped up and received that peach and is about to, carry the baton. Girl, I can't. Meanwhile, Miss Nene is working on her lawsuit with this very network that gave her, the status that she has today. Very unfortunate situation, definitely wishing Miss Nene the best. And if this is something that she indeed experienced, which I wouldn't doubt, hopefully she gets compensated, accordingly. But that's all that I got. I want to hear you all's thoughts and comments below about everything that I just discussed today on the quick chat. Okay, feel free to like the video, comment, also subscribe if you have yet to do so. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I will catch you guys in the next one.